I'm Michelle Barone.
And I'm Mark Malone. This morning on Wake Up with Rhinebeck Bank, we paid tribute to the lives lost and the sacrifices made on September 11th, 2001.
We are here at the Tribute Museum in Manhattan to bring you volunteers, first responders, survivors, and many others to share their 9/11 story.
We're here with Lee Ielpe, co-founder of the 9/11 Tribute Museum here in Lower Manhattan. Lee, talk to us about your story on September 11th.
My story is similar to many thousands of stories. Turned the television on, my son had called me, I watched the television for a short minute. I'm retired New York City fire, so my thought then was to come into the city to help, because you don't retire from the New York City Fire Department. My son Jonathan, who called me, was in a special unit, a squad, and he said, "Dad, we're going to the World Trade Center." And I said, "Okay, buddy, be careful." Yeah, I can't tell you. Okay, ready? Okay. So I said, "Okay, Jonathan, be careful." And that's the last time I spoke to my son. My son and 19 men that came out of the one firehouse that he was in, a squad 288, all 19 men never went home that night. But they died like many of the uniformed people, all of them. They had a mission, they came, and they carried out their mission.
Another one just hit the building. Wow. Wow, another one hit it hard. Another one just hit the World Trade. The whole building just came apart. Holy smokes. All right, I guess you guys can be busy. There was an end?
I went down to a local firehouse. The companies were gone. And I asked one of the fellow firefighters, "Here, I just retired, can I help you out?" They had mentioned that, "Can you do me a favor and take the names of members coming in?" It was a total recall of all FDNY firefighters. So as they're coming to the particular firehouse, I was taking their names and badge numbers, and I asked them to make sure you get your bunker gear and get onto these city buses that were outside this particular firehouse. And then at the time, I was looking in the corner of my eye, a TV that was not too far from the house watch, the first building coming down. And we were all amazed. Many of us couldn't believe, is that the building? Or maybe it's just smoke. It came straight down. Many of us were screaming, yelling, cursing at the TV, at the local firehouse. And we have like 255 firehouses in the city of New York. So imagine all the firehouses watching on TV, shocked of what's going on to our city here.
Okay, so we're here with Ann. Ann, thank you so much for joining us today. Ann has a story to share with us. You've lost your husband on September 11th.
Yes.
And before we get started, I want to hear a little bit about your husband. Tell us about Bruce.
Bruce always wanted to be a firefighter. It took him a long time to become a New York City firefighter, which to him was a real firefighter. That's what he said. He wanted to be a real firefighter.
He's got the tall buildings.
Yes, the real buildings. So that was a long process, but he got on the job and he loved every minute of it, every day. And on September 11th, I knew he would be down here because he was part of SQUAD, which is Special Operations Command, SOC group. And my daughters and I think of September 11th not as somebody took Daddy's life, but Daddy laid his life down, something he was willing to do any day. And we're very proud of him. And and he you know what? He died doing what he loved.
Well, on that day, I was running a little late, and I live in Hoboken, New Jersey, and I take this PATH train under the Hudson River. I was running a little late, and the other thing too was I wanted a seat. I always want a seat, but I decided to wait 4 or 5 minutes for the next train. I knew I'd be in my office by 9 o'clock. So I waited for a seat, which I got, which was the best decision I ever made in my life, because I probably wouldn't be here speaking with you. I either would have been in the lobby, a very bad place to be, in the North Tower, or I would have been in the elevator, another very bad place to be. But I got my seat, life was good, came in, it's only 8 to 10 minutes, it's not a long trip. We got off the train, and we had to, about 1,000 people on the train, and we started coming up the very, very steep escalators to access the concourse area to get into the buildings. And it smelled really bad, like diesel fuel, and people started coughing and choking, and almost at the same time, the Port Authority police came running down the concourse screaming, "Run for your lives, run for your lives, run for your lives." We ran like crazy, and we started a stampede, and we came running out. We didn't know what we were running from, so we came running out to a blizzard of debris, because we actually ran out under the big, huge gaping hole that American Airlines Flight 11 had made in the North Tower between the 93rd and 99th floor, but we didn't know that. So this blizzard of debris, white material just pouring on people. People were getting injured, and I looked up and I said, "Oh my gosh, what is this? What is this?" I mean, I went like this. I couldn't believe it.
Anybody know what that smoke is in Lower Manhattan?
I'm sorry, say again?
A lot of smoke in Lower Manhattan.
A lot of smoke in Lower Manhattan?
So we're here with Mary Lopel. Mary is a senior curator, or is the senior curator here at the 9/11 Tribute Museum. Welcome, Mary. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.
This has been an incredible experience today, and it's certainly one I won't forget.
Absolutely, and we are honored to be here filming, and for you to organize all of this, thanks again. Tell us your mission here at the Tribute Museum.
Well, I think you heard from some of the people you've already met that our mission is to share the personal stories of September 11th. But beyond that, and especially in our new place here, our new space at 92 Greenwich Street, we are really aiming to tell the story of how people in the 9/11 community have given back to help other people in the 16 years since September 11th. You know, we've lived with September 11th, with the horror and the grief, for 16 years now, and I think most of us in this community have found that the most helpful way for us to move forward is by doing something to help somebody else who's experienced some kind of trauma or loss in the years since. And that includes people right in our own community, and it includes people nationally, and it includes people all around the world. Every day so many horrible things are happening, and if we can do something that gives back a little bit to all the help that we received after 9/11, it's been extremely meaningful.
Today has been such an incredible experience. Learning and hearing the stories from volunteers here have just really touched me personally, and I hope you out there feel the same way.
Certainly takes us back to the day.
Absolutely.
And it was amazing hearing from those that were actually involved. Michelle and I want to thank Lee, Dan, Ann, and Maria for sharing their stories today. It couldn't have been easy to tell those stories. And we also want to thank Mary for making this happen today. And we love to share this with our viewers in the Hudson Valley. Please come down and check out the 9/11 Tribute Museum here in Lower Manhattan.
It is unbelievable, and the people here are so warm and welcoming, and you can learn so much here about our history. Check us out next Monday, 8 a.m. We'll see you then. Bye.
Take care.